Have you ever wondered if an online degree is really worth the cost and effort? With the rise of remote learning and many more universities offering online degree options, it's a topic that's definitely worth a closer look. Having earned an online degree myself, an MBA to be exact, from the University of Illinois, and having had many conversations over the last 10 years of my career with a lot of folks that have gone the online route, in this video I'll be sharing the truth about online degree programs, and ultimately whether it's actually worth it. So let's get started. Contrary to popular belief, online degrees from accredited institutions are just as legit as the traditional on-campus ones. The curriculum is often identical, and you'll receive the same degree and transcript. And in fact, in just about every case that I'm aware of, the degree itself, the diploma, makes no mention whether you received the degree from an online program. So seeing as the degree and diploma is exactly the same, the only real difference is simply the mode of delivering the content. Some of the best universities in the world are already going this route. You've got University of Pennsylvania, Berkeley, the University of Texas, Georgia Tech. All of these schools offer online programs. In fact, some of them offer many online degree programs. So don't let anyone tell you that an online degree is less than. The misconception that online degrees are somehow inferior to their on-campus equivalents is quite outdated. In the past, online education was often associated with diploma mills and unaccredited institutions. Fortunately, the landscape has changed quite dramatically. Today, many prestigious universities, some of which I've already mentioned, have embraced online learning to reach a new audience that otherwise wouldn't have been able to maybe attend the school or earn the degree. These programs are generally designed by the same faculty that deliver the on-campus experience. This ensures that the content is on par with what you would get on campus. And to add to this, the accreditation process for online degree programs is every bit as stringent as the on-campus equivalents. Accrediting bodies evaluate online course programs the same way they evaluate on-campus programs. This includes curriculum quality, faculty qualifications, and most importantly, student outcomes. This means that when you earn an online degree from an accredited institution, you can be rest assured that you're getting the same value as you would from the on-campus offering. Now, obviously, one of the biggest perks of doing an online program is the flexibility that it affords you. You can study from anywhere, at any time, so long as you have an internet connection. This makes it easier to balance work, family, and other commitments. That being said, most programs obviously still do have deadlines that you have to meet for assignments and exams. The classes that you would go to virtually are generally offered at various times, whatever time zone you're in, there's an option for you. Now, in many cases, these live sessions are not mandatory, and they're often recorded, so you can of course go back on your own time to review the content. But certainly the most flexible part about it is you don't have to physically go anywhere, and of course you can study on your own time. Now, this flexibility is especially important for working professionals that do not want to take a 2-year break from work, because that of course means loss of income for those 2 years. Now, there's also another type of online program that allows you to accelerate your pace of learning and earning the degree. This in turn enables you to complete the degree faster than you would in a traditional program. WGU is actually a really good example of this, where if you already know the material, you can go ahead and take the exam and pass it. You don't necessarily have to wait for a semester's worth of course material to come out. You learn it, then you take the exams. You can accelerate your progress through a program like this. Now, another big topic with online degree programs is networking. Some might argue that going the online route, you miss a lot of really valuable networking opportunities. But the truth is, in many of these online programs, especially ones with a lot of students or a lot of alumni, there are often very robust virtual communities, and in many cases, even in-person meetups, depending on what region you're in, and obviously how many students are in that region. So you imagine a lot of your more populated cities, there are many opportunities to meet up in person and get that networking experience. For example, in the MBA program that I did, not only did we have the university facilitating a lot of these in-person meetups at the regional level, but we also had very proactive students that took it upon themselves to coordinate these meetups themselves. And some programs also offer some kind of residency component. And that's where students are invited to come together for maybe the course of a week or two, where they have more focused on-campus learning sessions. These residencies can be extremely important for building those connections that otherwise would be a little bit more difficult to do just purely virtual. But aside from the residencies, there's also opportunities in some programs for what is generally termed as like a global immersion trip. This is where you travel with a cohort of other students to some destination across the globe, and you learn about a particular city, a country, and how they do business there. That typically coincides with some kind of learning, meeting with different companies, and completing some kind of project at the end of it to demonstrate your learning. But don't worry if you can't meet up in person for whatever reason. Maybe it's out of your budget, maybe you're in a region that's very remote. There's still an opportunity to connect with your classmates and industry professionals, maybe alumni. Online programs often use a variety of tools and platforms and resources to help connect everyone. Discussion boards, video conferencing, and social media platforms allow you to engage your peers, alumni, and professors in a meaningful way. And all this engagement can lead to long-lasting professional relationships as well as friendships, just as it would happen in traditional classroom environments. Now, to be clear, networking in an online degree program takes much more work than it does for an on-campus program. You need to be much more proactive because the engagement doesn't just happen organically like it would in a classroom. You're sitting next to people, you talk to them, it's easy. When it's completely virtual, you need to engage online through whatever social media platforms that the university offers for their students. But it is certainly possible. I've seen so many people use that platform to engage with other students, make lifelong friends from these programs, especially again, you've got people in your region if you're in a highly populated city, but you can certainly be successful with networking so long as you do take a more proactive approach. So if you're considering an online degree program, do your research and don't let some of these outdated misconceptions hold you back. Truth is, an online education can be a game changer for your career. When researching online programs, look of course for accredited universities, those with a strong reputation and a track record of career success for their students. Read reviews from current and former students. Reach out to admissions counselors to understand the curriculum a little bit better, and look into some of the career services they may offer. By gathering as much information as possible, you can make a very well-educated decision on the right program for you. And if you want to hear about my own personal experience with the online MBA program that I did through the University of Illinois, you can check out my next video where I go into a lot more detail about that and what that's done for my career. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around.